Welcome to Interoperable Europe. Interoperability comprises of three different aspects. The behavioral interoperability is focused on information exchange, whereas the structural interoperability on interoperability by design, and the governance interoperability to collaboration between digital public services. Solutions that measure the interoperability maturity of digital public services in production are the following. IMAPS for behavioral interoperability, SICAT for structural interoperability, and GICAT for governance interoperability. The behavioral interoperability is the extent its manifested behavior exchanges data, information, or knowledge with its environment in support of a peer-to-peer collaboration. The structural interoperability is the extent its structure has been developed reusing and/or sharing components in support of a peer-to-peer collaboration. And the governance interoperability is the extent its agreed choreography rules support a peer-to-peer collaboration. In addition to IMAPS, there are specialized IMAPS versions which further assess a digital public service towards its maturity on legal, organizational, semantic, and technical aspects. The corresponding specialized assessments are called LIMAPS, OIMAPS, SIMAPS, and TIMAPS, respectively. So who is it relevant for? Public administrations at all government tiers, in charge of the design, development, or delivery of a digital public service. End users of the service can be citizens, businesses, or other public administrations. The interoperability maturity score of a digital public service may classify the service at one of the following levels. Ad hoc, poor interoperability, where the digital public service cannot be considered interoperable. Opportunistic, fair interoperability, where the digital public service implements some elements of interoperability best practices. Essential interoperability, where the digital public service implements the essential best practices for interoperability. Sustainable, good interoperability, where all relevant interoperability best practices are implemented by the digital public service. Seamless, interoperability leading practice, where the digital public service is a leading interoperability practice example for others. Examples of types of digital public services that can be assessed include e-invoicing service, application for study programs, provision of e-certificates for citizens, electronic health record access, government online service portal, tax payment service, online application for social care, e-procurement service, and many more. And what is SIMAPS? Semantic interoperability ensures that the precise format and meaning of exchanged data and information is preserved and understood throughout exchanges between parties. SIMAPS allow to view and monitor the service's compliance with the new European Interoperability Framework, EIF. SIMAPS can be performed to any digital public service in production. SIMAPS is also applicable to services at all levels of government, international, national, regional, and local. As a user, you submit an online questionnaire available on EU Survey, which can be easily completed in 30 minutes. As a result, you get a SIMAPS interoperability score, which indicates the semantic behavioral interoperability maturity level of your digital public service and allows for comparison with the semantic behavioral interoperability of other digital public services. You also get a SIMAPS report and recommendations, which provides you with specific recommendations and good practices on how to improve the semantic behavioral interoperability of your service and can support you in your internal decision-making process. For whom is SIMAPS relevant? Data experts to provide information on existing and reusable data sets, data models, and core vocabularies on their use. Public service owners to improve the overall semantic interoperability and conformance of their digital public services. Business architects to help analyze and document the processes and data flows for the smooth data exchange among services. Why use SIMAPS? It ensures alignment of digital public services with the standards of the European Interoperability Framework, EIF. SIMAPS provides an interoperability maturity score combined with recommendations and good practices for improving the overall semantic behavioral interoperability maturity of digital public services. SIMAPS can measure the semantic interoperability maturity of any digital public service in the EU. For example, semantic alignment of data exchanged between an electronic public procurement platform and the TED notices platform of EU. The SIMAPS conceptual model describes all possible instances where interoperability with the outside world may occur from the digital public service viewpoint. It distinguishes between the internal domain, where the organization produces the public services, and the external domain, where the digital public service reuses existing services from other administrations and/or businesses. End users can be citizens, businesses, and other public administrations, or be consumed by another service. SIMAPS captures three different service areas. Service identification, that scopes the digital public service, for example, service outcome, service owner, administrative level, etc. Service consumption, that focuses on the data consumed by the digital public service from other services, for example, semantically aligned data, code lists, etc. Service delivery, that focuses on how the data of the digital public service is delivered to its end users or other services, for example, data format, semantic agreements, etc. So how does SIMAPS look like? First, the user will view the SIMAPS entry page. Next, the SIMAPS introduction and legal notices will be presented. Following is the service identification section where information is provided for the digital public service. The next sections include service delivery and service consumption, followed by the questionnaire rating page. Finally, the results and score are provided with tailored recommendations. Do you want to learn more about SIMAPS? Scan the QR code for the SIMAPS Join-Up page. Alternatively, if you want to start with SIMAPS, scan the QR code for the SIMAPS EU survey form. Thank you.